I love it. All right, so right here at 434.59, it bouncing off the bottom there. We just got to be careful. We just got to be careful. So, all right. So Q's right there are it fell below the range, but it is bouncing back up. VIX is currently on the increase, and SPY is there. Oh, the stream down. Uh-oh, what happened? Did it again. Dang it. Why does it keep doing that? All right, let me see if it can back up. Did it come back up? Yes, no, yes, no. We good? All right, let me see if that works. Hold on. Let me see if that works. Man, right as this thing tanks too, the stream stops. Dang it. Hold on. We back? We back up? All right, cool. We're back up. Awesome. All right. The VIX is still climbing. XPY is there and still climbing up. So this thing could go downsies. Could go downsies. Yeah, that's the second time that happened today. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah. SPY on the 5-minute chart right at the bottom there. QQQ. Oh, falling through the bottom. Hold on a second. I think it might be time to take a little play here. So after dealing with that crap, I missed an entry. All right, all right, all right. So see, XLF is what's supporting SPY. Qs are just absolutely tanking. I said crap. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Yeah, so Qs are still falling. VIX still wants to increase, and SPY is still hanging out here. But XLF is just absolutely beasting. Absolutely beasting. So, yeah, I mean, tech sector is just down. It's just tanking big time. Netflix is down. SPY is there. All right. Let's see how this thing shakes out here. Netflix announced they're offering games on their platform. That's cool. Kids will love that. Selling calls or puts? Yeah, I mean, I do sell some puts every now, or sell some contracts every now and then. When the market is kind of sideways and there's not much there, I'll sell some puts. Sell strangles too. Beautiful, Jason. Beautiful. Man, this aggravates me. This was too obvious an entry not for me to miss. That aggravates me. Stupid streams. Stupid streams. All right. So the VIX is currently up there. Qs are down. And VIX is here. Man, look at that. SPY is just beasted right up there. Look at that. Man, that's a reversal right there. All right, but no volume though. So no volume. Well, CJ, I mean that was a huge thing. Yeah, you timed that perfectly, CJ. I mean it looks like. But no volume. Look, I mean that's the I mean that's still no volume here, so it's right off the 34 EMA on the QQQ, bouncing off there. XLF is still doing its thing. Right now, John, I do not. John asked, do I ever make overnight plays? I do not hold overnight plays right now. However, if we pop down below the 50 MA again on the 1 year chart, I probably will swing a small call position because usually we bounce right off that 50 MA and go in rage, which we are heading back down there. I think we're on that way back down to the 50 MA. The volume and the EMAs. Oh, there's a lot of good information here, Brian, about selling strangles. So Yeah, it was out of nowhere. They bought the crap out of that, but it was still wasn't no volume though. So the volume's starting to die off again. So I'm looking at taking puts again. We'll see. QQQ, not again because I haven't taken the first time, but QQQ is coming up here. Still below the range. VIX is sideways there, and SPY is there. All right, I'm switching over. As you all know, I switched over to the July 16th 30, 43, 50 puts. I hate playing 1 DTEs, but there's just no volume on the July 19th. I will play those with caution, though. I will play those with caution, so I'll be a little more tighter. I'll be a little tighter on those than I normally would be. So, and we'll see where this thing rolls. VIX still falling back down again. XLK is there. XLF is there. All right. Not yet, Jenny. Not yet. But I'm close to it. I'm close to it here. I want to see this thing continue to break down. What determining factor if you got with SPX or SPY? It all depends on volume. Sometimes I'll play SPY. If there's just no volume on the later things, I'll do SPX. Today I might take an SPY call just because, or position just because I don't like playing close stuff and it makes me antsy to play July 16th stuff because it's one day and I usually don't play 1 DTE stuff. But there's just no volume on July 19th crap on the SPX. And that's the problem. That's the main problem with playing SPX is the volume. There's just none of it. So you got to be careful playing SPX. I've got the Asus Claymore 2 keyboard. I don't play I play a little bit of Fortnite with the kids and a little bit of Warzone with the kids. I'm not a big gamer. I don't have a lot of time to play video games, but every now and then I play with the kids. But I bought this, yeah, the ROG Claymore 2 keyboard. So it's pretty nice. I like it. Not in a position yet. Anywhere from 15 to 20, or mostly I'll close at 15. I've taken a few big losses in the past few months because I didn't do that, but I try to shoot for 15% stop loss at all cost. Fortnite Millionaire. That's a good name. That's a good name. All right, SPY is still coming back down. Still has this downward trend. Downward trend. I don't like playing in the middle of the range here, though. Fortnite Millionaire would get so many kids watching their stream. You know what? I'll try to set that up. So far, yes, Andrew. It's considered a rain today. Yes. Farm D. Yeah, I feel you. That's awesome. XLF appears maybe they've hit a top. We'll see if we can kind of base here and come back down. 36.93 is their high from yesterday, so that'd be a good pivot to watch. All right, squeeze momentum indicator is starting to cool off here on the 3-minute. Let's go to the 5. Same, it hasn't actually had any fire at all morning long because we've been trading right in this range. Buying volume is starting to decrease. Let's see if we can get some change in the action here. Do I pay attention to pre-market and post-market price points as much? Not really, unless it's egregious. Anything in the pre-market I take with a grain of salt because it's easily sold off or bought up. Oh man, big red candle. Big red candle. What are the Qs doing? Q's still selling. SPY still coming down here. Man, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm looking for volume, Jenny. Like I don't have two. Like things are getting spot up so quick. I'm not quick to jump into position here. Like I'm being careful here. Maybe I'm being too careful, but these things keep getting spot up, bought up, bought up. I'm waiting for an overall sell-off. I want to see some conviction one way or the other, and I don't like to buy right smack dab in the middle of the range, right here. I like to buy here, or if we have a breakout or a breakout, but I don't like to buy right in the middle. All right, EMAs to the downside are definitely stacked. 5-minute is here. Big red candle on the 5-minute chart. Let's see if this thing's bought up again. This is the last time we were bought up, right here at this level. If we break that level, it's going to be downside, baby. So XLF is starting to show a little top heavy. Someone just said that. Ellen said that. All right, July 24th, 43.50 puts currently trading at $11.15 each. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, boom rest. If is it even worth playing Qs right now if it's just gonna stay below the range? Yeah, because I mean, just, you have to see if this thing. I mean, right now I wouldn't, but watch it closely. It's below the range. It's below the EMAs. There's a reason. This thing looks like it's gonna pop. Squeeze momentum is firing to the downside. So. All right, Doji Foreman. That means it's getting bought up again. This is why I'm not playing puts right here in the middle, because this thing continues to get bought up, bought up, bought up. It's ridiculous. Here we go, getting bought up again. I know, Mystic, 40%. It's crazy. Look, the price though is still declining here. We still are rejecting the EMAs. God, these buy-ups are crazy. Yeah, I know. That's why I hate playing the 1 DTEs. I hate it. I mean, the price action is still beyond my risk tolerance. Now, obviously, I would take smaller position sizes, but it's still beyond my risk tolerance. XLF is still up here. SPY is still smack dab in the middle of the range. Well, the volatility is here if y'all are looking for some volatility. XLK looks like it's found a bottom. It has that look where it's found a bottom. The EMAs are starting to flatten. This ADMA is starting to flatten here. See how that rolls. It is. Yeah, it is. XLF is huge. Someone said huge red volume. Yeah, yeah. So the selling off right there. Let's see how that rolls. SPY. Smack dab in the middle of the range. This, see, it's like it's not even getting to the top. Like I hate buying here. So it's just here, bam, here, bam. Like it keeps just popping in the middle of the range. I just don't like it. It will break down eventually. You're right, Steve. As long as it doesn't make new highs, it's going to break down. It's going to break down. Ooh, maybe a little sell off here in XLF. If XLF can participate in this little downside and XLK still continues on down, we'll finally get our sell off. We'll finally get our sell off. Oh, thanks, Steven. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Thanks for being honest about that. Thank you. Hey, we just hit 7,000 members in the Discord. 7,002. That didn't take long, only like 3 months. So 7,000 members. Thank you all for the support, man. It's awesome stuff. I can't believe the growth that we have. Awesome stuff. 7,000 members. Hey, you know what that means? That means we get qualified to be an official Discord discovery server, which means now people can find us by searching on Discord. It's a good day. It's a good day. Thank you, Henny. Appreciate it. Thank you, Jacques. Bad COVID news. That might actually show positive for the market. Just means more freaking means more printers, more J Powell printers, monetary policy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Helen. Thank you. More burr. That's right. All right, SPY finally pops up above the 34. Let's see if it stays there. Qs are getting a bounce there. XLK and XLF are staying there. So maybe the end of the downside temporarily, at least. We'll see what happens. Yes, be cool for sure. Thanks, Milnurse. Thank you very much. Well, that's the thing. It's like we're not playing the long. That's why it's like you're not playing long-term stuff. If you're holding like 2018 would suck if you're holding, 2-month positions. But if you're playing day to day, yeah, for sure. You just have to be more diligent. Like every day, because I don't hold anything overnight, every day is a new market. Every day is a new market. That's the beauty about this, about the way I trade. It's funny. It's a good point to discuss because I get a lot of hate mail, of course. Anybody does. Anybody who's successful at anything gets a lot of hate mail because haters are going to hate, Doesn't matter what it is. You could be the most best, nicest person in the world. You're going to get a lot of hate. And the biggest piece of that is that they critique my system. They hate on my system. They say I break my rules all the time. They say my system's terrible. You know what? It's hard to say this is even a system. All it is a basic day trading system. And I plant my stake in the fact that the reason why I am so successful at doing this is because I control my emotions. It's all about controlling your emotions, the mental part of things, and how you enter a trade. And I base everything on minimizing risk. That's all I do. That's what separates me from everybody else. Yeah, I mean exactly, Nick. Like look at my my man profits. It's exactly right. Like if they want to hate on my profits, whatever. But they say it's not repeatable. They say everybody can't do it. And the problem is, I mean, the one thing they do have a point on is that the mistake people make is they feel like they can pick up my system, immediately implement it, and immediately make profits. And it's just not that simple. You do have to have experience. You do have to grind away. You do have to figure out what works and what doesn't work, and what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But the overall theme here is that I like the play calling is the hardest part about this whole thing because I do not think play calling is a good thing to do. However, that's unfortunately part of the Discord and something people want me to do, and I'll do it. But I just want to reiterate that following plays blindly is not the way to go, because you're not going to learn anything. You may make some money on my plays, but you're not going to learn anything. And that's the problem. And it's hard because play calling from my side of things, you have to look at, my point of view. It's very difficult to make my trade, type it up, post it in the room, especially when things are moving so fast, because people are missing entries by 10, 15%, or 10, 15, cents. It's hard to follow that along. And I try to be as quick as possible, and I try to be as fourth side as possible, but it's hard to do that. So anyway, I want you to learn the system basically, because it's a very easy system. Focusing on SPY, the volume is going to help you. And this system is be able to transfer to anything. It transfers to anything. You could transfer it to stocks, you could transfer it to other ETFs, SPY, QQQ, all that stuff. And it's gonna bode you well. Yeah, outdoor investors, it's all about, I'm not going to sit here and trade 20 times a day. I think the more you trade, the more exposure you have to the market, the more you're going to lose. I take my 1 to 2 wins a day, sometimes 5 wins a day, and I move on. So I'm very happy with it. Treats me very well. Well, thanks, Mystic. Yeah, appreciate that. It's taken some getting used to for sure. But it's funny because they all hate on me, acting like I don't know that it's hard to do live trading. And it's like, I fully admit that it's hard to post my plays live and y'all get the exact entries that I get. It's hard to do that. Now, the thing that makes me happy is when people say they took the move right before I took it, but without me having to say it, because that just means y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Like, y'all are learning what I'm talking about here. And that makes me happier than y'all making money off of one of my calls blindly. So I want y'all to learn the system. I want y'all to make that play seconds before I do, because it's the right entry to make. Yes, Christopher. Anything based in volume, you can use this. Thanks, CJ. Great trade today. I knew you made some money on that put. Great job. Man, I just got some nice, fresh Elixir guitar strings for my acoustic guitar. Man, it sounds great. I always love a fresh set of strings on an acoustic guitar. It just plays great, sounds great. You found that nice chime. Man, it's good. I don't watch Tick, Ben. I don't watch Tick. That's right, Mystic. Appreciate that. Yeah, entry timing is something I'm trying to help. I'm trying to teach y'all. When exactly am I thinking about making an entry? It's just hard. It's just hard because you know my system. One of the things that people realize is that, yes, I have a list of indicators and a list of rules, but if you only go by entries, like concrete, I'm only going to do it when only with these criteria met, you're going to miss some entries. Like there has to be some fluidity. Like the market is a dynamic breathing thing. And if you only set an entry only when you're certain criteria met every single time, you're going to miss entries left and right. So sometimes I do break some rules every now and then, but the foundation is what stays the same. Like I still only go by volume. I still look at market awareness, and that's what I make entries on. And some overrides other. Market awareness has more priority than EMAs. If I see the Qs and XLF tank, but the EMAs and SPY are still uptrending, I'm taking a put, even though it contradicts the EMAs. And that's what people don't understand is that you're more important. You have to prioritize certain indicators. List them in more prioritization to least. Market awareness gets more weight than anything. And then volume gets more weight than anything. If the volume of market awareness is telling me puts, but the EMAs are telling me calls, then I'm taking puts. And that's not contradicting my rules. That's just I give more weight to the market than I do some stupid lines drawn on my chart. Because the stupid lines drawn on my chart, whether it be EMAs or squeeze momentum or whatever it is, it's reactive. Where the market is proactive and the EMAs and the lines are reactive. So we're like guidelines, not rules. Olay. 5-minute chart here. EMAs are starting to turn up to the upside. Speaking of EMAs, on the 3-minute, they're all sandwiched in right here. All sandwiched in. The VIX still falling. Let's take a look. XLF is there. SPY is here. Doji now. Doji now. Could you list these priorities on your Discord? I think that'd be really helpful. Yes, I would. I deleted my OM system channel because I want to revamp it and type up things up a little more clear. So I'm going to type that up there. But yeah, definitely. Steven, yeah, I always play just acoustic guitar. Like when I'm just tinkering around, I'm not that great. I've been playing since I was like, what, 10? I can play. I'm just not a professional, Carry a tune. It's a hobby. It keeps me occupied. And like when I'm bored, I'll pick up the guitar and I'll play some music. So it's fun. If y'all haven't noticed, episode 7 of the Making Millionaires podcast is live as of today. It talks about my favorite subject, real estate investing. Real estate investing. How to start it, things to look forward to, how to really focus your mind on your strategy. So if you want to take a look at that podcast and listen to it, it is in the Patreon room, of course, and I posted it in the Discord. Things are looking a little bullish here on the 5-minute chart, starting to increase up. The VIX is still falling. XLK is increasing up after finding a bottom. Maybe. I have a Morgan Monroe acoustic guitar. I bought it at about 10 years ago. 20K, nice, nice. I do know how to play Wonderwall, although I don't play it. All right, SPY is red candle forming here after the EMA finally crossed up to the 34. It's the first time the EMAs have crossed up since 10:30 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern. I already got it, Tyler. I already got it. Check my educational video series for that. Yep, careful taking puts until we have confirmation. I mean, we're still definitely a range day here. Just, don't play the middle of the range. Remember, do I need to bust out the smiley faces again? Is that what I need to do? All the new people need to figure out, remember this. There we go. Don't take the middle of the range. Potential, Jacques. Potential. Where can I find the trading log Excel? If you look in the resources channel, I posted it about a week and a half ago in the resources channel. I'm not sure, Kai. I'm not sure if there is. Does anybody know if there's a think or swim version of my momentum indicator? Yeah, I think I'm a few. I think I'm a few zeros away from being a crony. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it, Kai. Yeah, let's hopefully we can get that out there. See if we can find one. That's when you generally are able to stop paying taxes forever. That's what I'm trying to get to. How to legally avoid taxes. Legally. That's the constant stone that I'm grinding now. Because when you start making a good bit of money, that tax bill starts getting bigger and bigger. So my first question is, how can I stop paying taxes? I don't want to pay taxes. I'm going to do everything in my power to avoid paying taxes, legally speaking. And that is the challenge. And that's why rich people are smart. They don't pay taxes. They don't pay taxes. And that's always the end goal. How to keep the money out of the greedy government's hands. I lost 10K in one DTE options. Am I allowed to watch the stream? For sure, if you're willing to learn. We don't trade one DTE here often. Sometimes I'll have to, like days like today, but I'll be very, very careful. Small position sizes and keep them on a short leash. To an extent, I agree, Alan. I agree. All right, Qs are still increasing here, but not much conviction. VIX is still coming down here. Let's see if we get a bounce off 1677. Volume is just terrible. Drop down to nothing. Could be time to take some puts here. And SPY's climbing to the top. Climbing back to the top. Yep, because of volume. So coming up to the top here, volume is still decreasing. Q's there. Let's see how that thing continues to climb right up there to 34 EMA. And the VIX is still falling. Let's see if that gets a bounce off that 1677 level. Profit is profit, Henny. Nice. All right, we are officially on Discord Discovery. I like it. All right, SPY is reaching the top of the range here, and this is what I'll be looking to take puts. All right, sitting here at 435.18, we've already rejected 435.53. We have support and resistance at 435.65, which is on up 435.65 here. So XLF is still climbing. Qs are starting to fail. VIX here at 1677 almost. How much delta do my puts have? Let's look. 31 or 32 on the SPX. SPY. 32, which is on the lower end of the delta that I usually choose. Qs are selling off again. VIX is down. Just not a lot of volume, not a lot of conviction either way. SPY is currently trending to the top of the range. Qs there, VIX there. All right, okay. Let's see what happens here. I want to see if we can reject the top of the range, and if we do, I'll take puts and ride this thing back down. But if it pops up, man, we'll see. We still have a gap fill, a potential gap fill. A higher delta. Well, if you're going to have a delta that high, you're going to have higher premiums too. So, yeah. All right, these 16th for the 43.50 SPX are currently trading at 650 a piece. See if we can get a bounce on that VIX. It's 1678, 1 cent off low. Let's see. I want that VIX bounce, baby. I want that VIX. Come on. I want the VIX. Come on. All right, so 435.50. It hasn't quite got up to the top of the range. We're about 20 cents short. And see if we can come all it off. That was a VIX reference, not a sexual reference, and people are putting eggplants on that. Jeez Louise. Y'all killing me. Y'all crazy. All right, Q is still sitting here at the bottom. XLF. Let's see if we can get a double top rejection here at 36.80. 36.80. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. All right, Q's rounding over. Maybe XLK is still not following suit there. Hey, little green on the VIX, dropped below the 1677 to 1674. All right, you can't buy SPX contracts on Webull, so okay. All right, Q's a rejection here, right? The Q's rejected right at the 34 EMA on the 5-minute chart. XLF is still doing honey badger. I don't care. All right. So, still waiting. All right, Henny, go get the gym, baby. Go. Yeah. You're out too, Bryant. Yeah. All right. Well, I've got about 10, 15 minutes while I'm out too. I usually sign off at 11 Central, 12 Eastern. So you've got me for about another 15 minutes. Let's see if we can make a play before then, though. Low volume on XLF for sure. Man, this looks juicy. So I'm watching Qs for a breakdown. I'm watching VIX for a bounce. It's starting to get a little bouncy here. Starting to get a little bounce. It is, isn't it, J. Michael? I'd love to take credit for that range, but unfortunately, it's not mine. It's Veteran Exotics. He's also in the Discord. Yeah, but that thing works like a charm. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Closest thing to a crystal ball that you can find in the market. All right, I'm going to jump in a quick put here. Let me post this. All right, SPX is falling off. VIX looks like it wants to jump up here. And let's just see if we can ride this thing out. I'm going to want, because this is a 1-day DTE, I'm going to be monitoring this very closely. Qs are falling off big time. And I'm in that, I'm in that put at 690. Those July 16th, 43.50, 690s are the puts here. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, you did it right before I did. That's awesome, Lucky. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there's not much volume here at all. I'm watching closely. VIX is still hovering here. Not much conviction either way. You accidentally bought puts on SPY. I mean, I just took a put position on SPX, which mirrors SPY. Well, not mirrors, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I mean, it all depends. I think we're in a downside position right here. So I'm currently up 6%, 5.7% on these. Let's see if we can get a little more downside out of these. I'm not swinging for the fences here. Like I don't want to be greedy on a 1 DTE. So I'm not swinging for the fences. I'm looking for a double. I want a double. Maybe you can, if I can leg it out to a triple, I'll take a triple. But yeah, we'll see. Qs are not having a good time. Yeah, me neither. That's why I'm not going to be greedy with these. I'm up 8% on these. Let's keep it going. All right, so currently trading at 740. I entered at 690. So it's going pretty well so far. I just need this thing to keep falling. Qs are still falling here. VIX wants to get a bounce. All right, there's my 10%. Still falling. There's my 11%. Hey, there's a little downside. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, Q is still falling. SPY is still falling. There it is. There's some downside. Come on. Come on. All right, let's take a look here. And I'm out. Oh, not yet. Dang it, I didn't get that fill. I wanted 790. It switched to 780. I didn't like that big green pop here, so VIX is still climbing though, so I'm still watching. VIX is still climbing. Cancel that order. Still watching here. Still watching. I'm sitting right at 10% right now. 10% profit on these puts. I was up a little more than that, but that little green candle almost got out. All right, there's rejecting again. SPY is still going down. VIX is still climbing. There's 790. If this thing comes down and rejects that again, rejects VWAP, come on. Sometimes it's good when you don't get a fill. Nice, KDW. King Mehab, I'll get back to you. Let me get out of this position and I'll discuss that with you. All right, buddy. VIX still climbing. There's a little more downside. Come on. There's 835. There's 830, 840. There's 850. There's the Q. SPY is right smack dab in the middle of the range, trending to the downside. VIX is still climbing. VIX just popped. So VIX just popped up. I'm still riding these. VIX is still popping. All right, I'm sitting at 840. I'm sitting at 850. The VIX is still popping. I'm watching the VIX. I'm watching this thing get sold off. I'm watching the volume. The volume is still there. I don't have any drop off. If I see this candle go lower, I'll close this position. But we'll see. VIX is still popping. Oh, I don't like that. What's it doing? Come on, baby. Come on. XLF, XLK is still down. Qs are still red there. XLF is still at the top. SPY is still falling, and I'm just monitoring. This is me fluctuating through the market. I'm wrapping up through the market. VIX is still popping. VIX is still pop-a-lopping. Still watching. There's 830. I'll answer questions as I get this position. I don't want to turn away from a 1 DTE. I hate this. It's moving way too much. Q's still falling. XLK is still falling. XLF is still there here. So SPY still wants some downside. VIX is still there. We're at 860. We're at 870. Watching the volume here. All right, so this volume on the SPY just cut in half. So I predict some sort of going to get a bounce soon. So I really want to watch this. There's 870. There's 880 on the bid. There's the ask. 890 on the ask. Come on, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. There's 905. There's 9. This thing is still downturning. The VIX is still popping. That's why I'm not closing this position yet. I'm still watching. There's 905. If I'm talking too much, tell me to shut up. I'm just trying to give my thoughts here. There's 915. Now we're approaching a 30% gain. There's 930. There's 925. SPY is still falling. I told y'all. I told y'all. Qs are at the bottom there. I don't want to get a bounce there. The VIX is still climbing. There's 910. I think I'm going to take this position here because SPY is nearing the bottom. There's 920. There's 925. Keep the chatter up. Talk is great. I need a heart monitor. I need a heart rate monitor. Yeah, I hate trading 1 DTEs, man. I hate it. Although this one's working out pretty well. 915. QQQ is still falling. Where's the VIX? VIX is still increasing. So I'm liking what I see there. There's 910. There's that. There's 890. There's 890 again. So going back up. Qs are there. VIX is still on the upswing. So we're trending towards downside on the squeeze Momo indicator. So it's still trending downward on the squeeze Momo indicator. There's 925, there's 930, there's 940. There's 950. VIX is still popping. So there's no end in sight with the VIX still doing what it's doing. Still downtrending. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles in a row on the downside. 3-minute chart. There's 980. There's 990. There's 965. There's 950. All right, I'm going to go ahead and look at taking this position here because VIX is still popping, but I'm going to see about, let's see here. God, I hate 0 DTEs. It brings in too much emotion. I just made my fajitas too, my shrimp fajitas. I'm trying to eat. Now they're getting cold. All right, VIX is still climbing. There's that there. Okay. There's 940. There's 945. VIX is still falling. Q's still falling, although it's getting wicked out. VIX is still climbing. I just saw that green on the VIX. So we still going. We still going. There's 980. We're nearing the bottom here. I want to hold out till we get to that bottom. There's 975. There's 980. Can we get $10? $10. $10. I think we're 95, 99, 92. Let's get on. All right. There's 990. I'd love to get a $10 ask. That'd be fantastic. Still going down. Still going down. Still going down. It's all on the hips. It's all on the hips. There's 980. It's all on the hips. $50 is I could drive it over the highway. All right, I am out at 950. I got filled at 950. I don't want to get this bounce off the bottom and go back up. Hold on, let me post this. Hold on. All right, I'm out. That is a 37.7% gain for those asking. And it's still going down too. All right. This thing's still going down too. All right. All right. Now I can answer questions. What questions y'all got about that play? I'll stick around a little bit longer to answer that question. That was a fantastic play. Oh man, we're at 1050 now. I could have bought it. I could have bought a 60% gain. Dang it. All right, well, here we go. Everyone look. Hands like houses. Are you on? Are you on the live stream? Because he's asking some questions. I want to answer that. Man, this thing is still tanking. Look at that. God, I could have had a 60% win. That's the mind, though, isn't it? That's the mind. They're currently trading at $11 right now. Man. $10.50 Phil. Nice, Philip. Well done. $11.70, $11.80. Man, this thing is still falling to the bottom of that range. That'd have been a fantastic play. God. rolling, rolling down the river. 434. Oh, wait, still falling. What's the VIX doing? It's peaking. It's peaking. Thanks, Carp Donnelly. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right, theirs looks like a bounce. Okay, all right, here we go. I'll explain that. Is everybody watching? Is everybody listening? Hold on. Where's this guy at? Where's this guy at? Hey, Jabroni. Where you at? All right, I'm going to let him get on the live stream and I'll explain it to you. What keeps you from flipping the calls now, Brent asks. I think this is eventually, there's a high propensity for this thing to go down today. SPY can't continually sell off, it continually get bought up. I recognize this action, and this is where experience comes into play. When SPY continually sells off like this time and time again, eventually there's not going to be a bottom. So I'm not in any hurry to buy calls here because we keep getting sold off. All right, he's in. All right, here we go. So let's see when I entered that play, just to narrow it down here. Where'd it go? 1049. So right here. So this candle. All right. So 1049. So I'm watching SPY. I see things start to break down. I see these red candles forming. This volume here is nothing too telling. I'm not too crazy about this volume, but I look at the VIX, 1048, 1049. I see the VIX get a bounce, and I said it like 4 times in the Discord, and I don't mean that snarky, but literally at 1049, right here, you see the VIX start to increase, and I've been waiting for the bounce off 1677. It actually fell to 1671. So we got to bounce off this low. The pivot, I start to see this coming up here. All right, so I think, all right, there's going to be some upside for the VIX. Then I see the QQQ, 1049. Look, there's already been some big volume on the downside on QQQ. The volume's starting to increase here just a little bit. Then I see this big red candle form. Once I saw this candle forming, I hit it. And of course, I already had my put entry up. All I did is hit enter. Boom. Take that position. I see this. Now, it was a 1-day TTE, so I wasn't going to be greedy. If I got a huge little momentum play, 5, 6, 10%, that's good for me. But obviously it worked out better. Qs tanked. And then I went back. XLF didn't really doing too much, so I didn't pay too much attention to them. But then I was just monitoring the VIX. And you saw I never stayed on a chart for more than 5 seconds while I was in that position. I was constantly flipping back and forth between the Qs, the VIX, XLK, seeing the weight. Red, 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 red. I see the Qs continually still go down. I see SPY still going down. Volume starts increasing. I see the squeeze momentum start to go dark green, enter back into the squeeze. And then I'm watching the VIX. The VIX keeps on going up and up and up and up. And that's why I stayed in that position. So the big thing for me, the trigger that made me hit enter on those positions is the Q. When I saw this thing come down and then I saw this candle start to form, enter the position right there. Because that big candle was going to bring some weight in SPY because SPY was already starting its downturn. It was already red. The selling volume already started to build. So that is exactly why I elected to take that position. And then why I held that position is because I was monitoring the Qs and the VIX. Qs still had a lot of weight. The VIX was still on the increase. Every time I saw a VIX pop, it gave me more comfort, more comfort, more comfort. It's like flipping to the cool side of the pillow when you're sleeping. Man, that feels good. Every time I see a big green candle, you flip the pillow over to the cool side of the pillow. Bam, bam, bam. Held the position. Now, once we got around here, I started to get a little antsy. 1, because I took a short DTE, which I hate doing, but I wanted some volume. And 2, because I knew that SPY was going to get a bounce somewhere in this area. So I elected close the position, 950, 37% profit. Gain trend keeps on rolling, baby. Glad y'all could be a part of it. My phone's blowing up with a bunch of people that I know personally who took that play and made a bunch of money. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, please throw them at me. Please throw them at me. SPY is still on the downfall. Danny B coming out with the super chat. I highly appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, supporting the channel through the super chats. I really appreciate it. I hope everybody was able to make a little money on that play and throw down some dollars. So thank you very much for the support, Danny B. Appreciate that. If any of y'all ever have any questions, please throw them at me in the DMs in the Discord or in any of the open channels. I'll be happy to answer them for you as fast as I can. Now I'll flip this on its head. Sometimes you'll be wrong. Even with all of that, I could do exactly that. And sometimes it'll rebound and rage on me and I'll lose money. That's part of the market. So, I mean, and this happens. You go for a high probability of success. You take the play and it works out well. But sometimes the lower probability happens and you can still get smoked out. So that's just part of it, man. And I hope y'all can learn a little something day after today. Thank you, Anzi. Thank you very much. I hope I pronounced that right. But thank you very much for supporting the channel. 998, man, that's awesome stuff. Y'all are incredible. Y'all are absolutely incredible. I really appreciate the support and everyone coming out and doing your thing and being a part of the channel. Soren, again with the super chat. Thank you, man. Y'all are incredible. Thank y'all so much for the support. I highly appreciate it. You know, the big thing for me is teaching y'all. That's why I love when this happens on YouTube Live, where you can see this happen live, because then I could break it down just like this, and then you could see it happen live. Because no video, no educational video beats this happening live. That's why I love when this happens. And unfortunately, this has happened quite a bit the past 2 weeks. I've been killing it the past 2 weeks. Not to pat myself on the back, but it leaves a lot of opportunities for y'all to learn how to do this full time. The daily KDW. So thank you, Soren. Thank you, Esney. And thank you, Danny. I appreciate the support. I highly, highly appreciate it. Martin, thank you very much, buddy, for being around. Yeah, tell your friends, because I want to get this thing up to a couple of thousand people watching, so we can start spreading the wealth. Like I want people to learn how to do this properly, and you have to be like a sniper waiting in the trees. Because look, when I waited all morning for a play, there was some potential good plays, but I didn't get the warm and fuzzies until I saw that breakdown of the cues at the top of the range, and that was a put entry, baby. Travis, $5. Thank you very much, buddy. God, you're awesome. God, you're awesome. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. Maverick joined the Patreon. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Tell me what you think of the podcast. Now that you joined the Patreon, you get access to my Making Millionaires podcast. Let me know what you think about it. And if anybody else wants to join, let me know. I'll post the link. I do have one of the main benefits of being a Patreon member is that you get access to my Making Millionaires podcast. I talk about things I'm very passionate about, and I hope that y'all can get something out of that. And let me know if anybody else is interested in joining that podcast. Enough to make me happy, Abdul. Enough to make me happy. Thanks, Ian. Ivan, appreciate that. Me too, Andrew. Me too. Could you make your screen larger? Next time I will. I had the settings set at 980. I think I need like 2680 or something like that to make it bigger. So we'll see. Jason Joe, you're welcome, buddy. Someone asked what DNIF means. That means do not involve flying. Yeah, I said I said something about Dayquil. I was like, just kidding, that'd be DNIFT. DNIFT means you duty not including flying. But you're not allowed to take Dayquil if you're a flyer because you can be DNIFT. Lucky $10 page or super chat. Thank you very much, man. God, you're all amazing today. Making a little money and y'all being generous. I appreciate that. That's the heart. That is a good heart. When you make a lot of money, you're generous. I give back. I want y'all to give back too. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Any plans on a new position, Jenny? I mean, it depends. This looks like it doesn't want to climb, so I'm not too hurried. I'm looking at the volume here. I'm not too hurried to get back in a call, but I might take another put here. We'll see. All right, there's another green candle here. There's the VIX. So thank you very much, Lucky. I appreciate that. They won't let you fly if you've taken the Dayquil. No, Dayquil is on the DNIF list. So if I take that, I'm grounded for a few days. 30% gain, Benjamin. Fantastic. Man, it's another super chat. Amazing stuff. Thank y'all very much, man. Thank y'all very much. I'm glad that y'all are able to make a little money today. Today was a fantastic. Am I still good? Okay, good. Yeah. And the great thing is about that win is that it didn't happen too fast. So it allowed people to really get in that play and let it kind of mature. So it wasn't like something that just tanked and people missed the entry. So that's great. That was great. I mean, no, that I was at that play was hovering like I entered at 690 and it was right at $7 for quite a while. So there was plenty of time before it even came close to $8. So I think that might have been a delay on your part or something. If you watch that, because I was sitting at like a 0.5% gain for like 5 minutes or like 2 minutes before this thing tanked. So all right, VIX is falling off. SPY is falling or is up here, so be careful with puts here. Yep. So thank you, Benjamin. I appreciate that. What's up, Simon? How you doing, buddy? Aravom, what strike price did you enter? I did the 43.50s. PB, man, y'all are crazy. I love it. I love it. Coming out with the super chat. Thank you very much. Q's going to 354 soon. That would be intense. PB, thank you, man. I appreciate that as much. As always, y'all let me know if you got any more questions. So I love helping. I love helping. KDW says, any suggestions on, or have you done any videos on how to rebound from large losses? Oh man, that's a big subject. That's a big subject. Uh, the only thing I can tell you is rebounding from a big loss is all about uh, controlling your emotions. Because when you take a big loss, you kind of have this pity party. Woe is me. Why did I do that? Why did I take that stupid position? Why didn't I close it at a 5% loss instead of a 50% loss? So on and so forth. And then, like, you kind of hit that, like, the stages of grief where you get anger. Like, all right, I'm going to get it back. I'm going to get that mean old SPY. And you try to sling a position and you lose again. And then maybe you lose again and again. And it's like, all right, screw this. This isn't for me. Maybe I'm just suck. But let me tell you what. I've been on a losing streak before. I've lost 98% of my portfolio in 48 hours when I first started doing this. So I promise you, you can bounce back from a large win. I'm sorry, a large loss. The key is go small. When you take a large loss, start small. One position or one contract, two contracts, very, very small. And rebuild your confidence. Get used to taking wins again because you got to relearn how to win after you take a big loss. So, I mean, what? Y'all remember back in, what is it, May or early June, I took a 60% loss and, it sucks. And I had to do it in front of 6,000 people or like 4,000 at the time. It sucked. That was terrible. But you got to rebound from it. And you just got to start slow. Maybe take a day off, take 2 days off, and you go from there. I've just taken one, Economist Mob. Just one. Can you apply the strategy Tuesday and Thursday as well? Yeah, you can play it any day. I just don't live stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I still make trades and I still monitor the Discord and I still talk to the Patreon voice chat, which is another benefit of joining the Patreon is I do live Patreon voice streams on not video, just audio in the Discord. I just don't live stream on YouTube Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, let me lower my desk. I'm gonna sit down for a second. I did legs the other day, so my legs are smoked. It's hard to stand up all day when your legs are smoked. Can I talk more about that big loss? Why does everyone want to talk about my 60% loss on the days I win? Yeah. All right. So I took a put in the morning because it was extremely bearish, and I made 30%. I closed it. Things looked like it were breaking down again, so I immediately bought another put, and immediately was bought up. And I was red, like I was down like 20%. Quickly went to 30, 40%. Like literally, it was a huge buy up, massive buy up. So I went from, I had a 30% win and immediately went down 40% within like a minute. I was down 40%. I didn't have a stop set. So at that point, I was like, okay, I think that buy up is a little too crazy. Let me see if I can get something back here. It's down 40%. And then right then, Biden announced something. I forget what it was, taxes, or he changed one of his infrastructure plans. Like Biden came on and announced something and it freaking raged. And I had puts. And I literally, it was down 60% and I closed it. So like within minutes, I was down 60%. It's just one of those like perfect storm of crap events. I didn't have a stop set and it smoked me. It would smoke me. It was like 4 to 5 DTE. It was a short DTE. I think it was Biden coming out saying that his 45% corporate tax rate, he was doing away with that, or he was working with the Republicans to reduce that, and the market just ate it up. So, Andrew, if you go into your settings and link your Discord account to your Patreon account, yes, it will automatically adjust and it'll automatically give you the Patreon access. Let me know if it doesn't though. Yeah, it sucks, Soren. That sucked. Yes, Calvin. You can bounce back from a large win. You'll be surprised how fast you can bounce back from a large win as long as you are diligent. If I'm monitoring, I do not set a stop. No. If I walk away, yes. But that's me because I'm very diligent. Now, obviously, it went against me that one particular time, but that's a rare instance. But yes, I still set a stop and I walk away. I highly recommend you set a stop until you learn how to do this properly and trust your instincts. Now I'm a Patreon member. Hey, DM me your Discord name and I'll make sure you got it. If you just joined the Discord today, DM me. I'll make sure you have everything set up right, but it should automatically link. If you just go into your Patreon settings and link and put all your Discord credentials, it'll automatically do it. But I just want to make sure everyone gets their access. So yeah, if you look on the bottom left of Discord, the very bottom, you got your Patreon chat voice channel. Just click yourself in there and you'll be able to listen to what you're listening to now, except it's instant. There's no delay. And you get to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But yeah, thank you all very much for the support in the community. Thank you all for your super chats and the Patreon memberships. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. It allows me to do this full time. It allows me to help y'all grow and learn and do this all the time. Thank you for not gating your plays behind a subscription. Incredibly generous. Yep. Yeah, I don't want to lock my play. One, I promised you from the beginning that I wouldn't do that, and I fully intend on keeping that promise. Two, I don't want to lock my plays behind a paywall because I don't want to encourage play calling. Like, I don't want y'all following my plays. Like, I want you to learn how to do this and just kind of maybe use my plays as an indicator, but I don't want you to follow my plays. Like, I don't know. I just don't want to do it. And if I put that behind a paywall, I'm going to encourage people paying just to follow my plays, and I don't want to do that. So, Michelle, I do not think SPX is able to be traded on Webull. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you can trade SPX on Webull. Thanks, Lucky. I appreciate that. All right, there's a lot of questions coming through. Let me see if I can go back and answer all these. Sorry if I missed your question. Yeah, the patience is something I can't teach. That's something that y'all have to learn, unfortunately. I don't think that's able to be teached or taught, not teached. That's terrible. So yeah, it's just all about being time in the market, and you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. That's the big thing here. If you want to be successful in this game, you have to be honest. If you take a loss and be like, "Oh, the algo screwed me. The MM's got me. The market, Biden got me. Trump got me." Meh, meh, meh. Well, you got to be honest with yourself. Why did your position lose? Because you're a dinglehead and you took the wrong position. You bought calls because you blindly buy calls when you're supposed to be taking puts. You bought puts because you're so biased you can't see that you should have taken calls. Whatever the reason may be. But you need to realize that you have to be honest with yourself. Once you start being honest with yourself, you will be more profitable just in that, because you'll hold yourself accountable. You feel that sting of looking yourself in the mirror and say, you're the reason that you lost money. You're the reason you lost money. And going from there, you can continue building your account. Then you can start breaking down the problems. You can start breaking down the problems and rebuilding a foundation on which you can trade. DT3, I do not live stream on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I do enter myself. I'm in the Patreon voice chat. Yes, so I guess you could say I voice stream on the Patreon channel. Yep. It's actually it's hosted in the Discord, not the Patreon website. What is the percentage of my account on each play? I don't discuss my account. I don't discuss my account size. However, I have, just for the purposes of transparency, in the past few weeks, I have occasionally posted position sizes. I will say that my overall wealth, like if you were to take every bit of my wealth and pile it into one big large account, there's only a portion of that that's in my trading account. A lot of it's wrapped up in real estate. A lot of it's wrapped up in long-term trading accounts. A lot of it's wrapped up in real retirement accounts. I only keep a small portion of it in my trading account because I don't need however many zeros parked in my trading account when I'm only trading SPY and I'm only doing day trading. All it's going to do is like make me want to take too large of position sizes. So plus every quarter I filter out profits. Once I hit a certain number in my trading account, I filter profits and I put them in other accounts. I invest in real estate with that money and I put them in long-term trading accounts. SPY to me is more liquid. SPX has a lot better tax incentive and less commissions because you're trading less contracts than SPY. So, but the big advantage there is the tax implications of SPX. Mystic says I'm an OG dinglehead here. What do you mean with tag for SPX? All right, when you trade SPY day trading, you don't hold a position for less than, if you hold a position for less than a year, which obviously I do, I'm a day trader, you get taxed at your normal tax rate, short-term tax implications, which is high. SPX is considered 60% long-term trades. So you get that tax benefit when you trade SPX. That's why it's beneficial. beneficial. All right. Negative, Andrew. SPY does not have that same benefit, only SPX. All right, I know I missed some questions here. Let me go back here. I know I usually sign off at 11, but I want to make sure I answer all your questions here. Do I have a video that explains what you look for in timing? My YouTube educational channel goes over some things, and obviously I'm new. I'm a new quote unquote online influencer, so I'm still building my portfolio of videos. So bear with me. I'm trying to turn out. My goal is to turn out at least one good video a week. That's hard to do. I got a lot going on, but I'm trying to do that, and that's the whole point of opening the Patreon, is so I can dedicate more resources to creating more educational content. So yeah. If y'all do, for anybody new, if y'all want to learn pretty much how I got here and the whole story, if you go into the core values channel under the welcome section of the Discord, I typed out this long thing about how I started, why I started, what my end goal and my vision is with this community. So if you want to go, I highly recommend it. It's about a 3-minute read. Go read that in the Discord. Let's see here. Steve says, I'm only asking because you seem very disciplined. Surprised you took a 60% loss. Yep, I was surprised too. That was the biggest loss I've taken in a percentage-wise in an extremely long time. And unfortunately, it happened in front of thousands of people. But it is what it is. You know, it's part of it. And I'm actually glad y'all saw that, because most quote-unquote like online traders don't show the downside. They only show the good stuff. And unfortunately, it happens, you know? I got so much hate mail from that. You wouldn't believe the amount of hate DMs I got from that play. Arian, yes, this strategy does work with everything else, because all it is volume based. It's volume based. I promise you, there's a reason why the best traders in the world are volume-based traders. They don't use 8 billion lines and stupid triangles in their charts. Do you think the best traders in the world care about patterns? They're looking at volume. Let me tell you something. The hedge fund managers, the market makers, you will never beat them. They know what happens before it happens. That's their job. They're market makers. The only tool that we have to figure out what they're doing is volume. That's the only tool we have. So why wouldn't you want to use it? It's literally the only thing that we can tell to see what the market makers and the hedge funds are doing. So why wouldn't you want to use it? We have that tool at our disposal. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. So why not use it? Why look at reactive lagging indicators like freaking MACD and all that other stuff? So please, Badger just says I need to suggest the VPA book more. Please go read Volume Price Analysis by Anna Coling. That is the number one book you need to read. If you are new to this channel, which I know there's a lot of people new here today, Volume price analysis. I need to link that thing to my Amazon so I can get some commissions off that dang book because I've been recommended it to thousands of people. But you need to go read that book. By the way, I don't get any commissions off that book, so I just need you to read it. James has said he just started reading it yesterday. Nice. Just bought that off Amazon, $20. Nice, Soren. Sorry, newbie question. Can I also trade your strategy with CFD on the S&P? You can trade the strategy with anything that's got volume. I actually just got a shout out on one of the WSB channels. Uh-oh. There's 10 million people in there. Let's see how much volume that gets us in our room. Usually anytime there's a shout out, I get a big influx of members. So none yet. None yet. Hey, DM me that screenshot if you don't mind. That shout out on WSB. I'd like to see that. Yeah, don't bring WSB here. Those guys suck. They do suck. They do suck. Recommend the Kindle version of EPA because the charts are in color. Ooh, I might have to get that myself. James, thank you. Would I ever hit quit trading if a certain number in net worth? 7 million. That's always been my number. $7 million has always been my, like, to put it gently, FU money, where I could give my middle finger to the entire world and ride off into the sunset. That's my number. So yeah, it would probably be 7. Now the thing is, I love doing this, so I probably would still do it, just to a very smaller, like a smaller scale, just to just as a hobby. If I ever hit 7 million, that would be the one time I showed my account size. I would show a screenshot of my account size, and then I would delete everything, and I'd be off. No, I'm just kidding. I love y'all too much. I wouldn't delete the server. I'd be here with y'all. I am Soren. Yep, I am. I'll have it done. Here, you know what? Here, hold on a second. I'll look it up on Amazon for y'all. There you go. That's right, Yolando. That's right. David asks, many people say day trading isn't profitable in the long term, or 99.999% of day traders fail because technical analysis is a sham. What's your thoughts? I mean, go look at my OM only plays room and let me know what you think. Majority of technical analysis is a sham because people bring lines into it. They bring EMAs, they bring everything that's subjective into it, and they're not honest. Volume doesn't lie. 99.999% of day traders fail because they're too emotional, because they can't handle the swings. This is all emotional. I'm telling you. You can take a 10-year-old, which I'm doing, by the way, or 11-year-old. My kid's 11 years old. You can take an 11-year-old and teach them how to do the technical side of trading. It's not that hard. It's stupid lines. But it's the emotions that separate the good trader from the bad, from the men from the boys, from the women from the girls. It's about the emotions. And 99.999% of day traders can't handle the emotional swings. Or on the flip side, they do not have the time, which I can respect that. You know, people are busy. I'm blessed enough where I have a job that works nights, so I can do this all day, every day. So. And people don't respect the market. They think just because they could sign up for a free E-Trade account and put in their lunch money that they steal from their mom, that they're professional traders. You have to realize this. I've been doing this for almost a decade. But they say 10,000 hours is what you need to be a pro at anything. There's no different in this. If you want to join the NFL, it takes you 20 years of your life, unless you're absolutely freakishly talented physically, which is possible. It takes you 20 years of your life to get to the NFL. Baseball takes you 20 years, 10 years. There's no different in this. There's a reason why. I mean, obviously you could buy 10 grand worth of GME back in January and your worries are over. But, you know, people do not respect the market. They think they could put money in here, they could listen to some Joe Schmo on YouTube, and then they can make $1 million. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. Nice, Carmine. I feel you. That's pretty much my shift exactly. Have I made any changes to my strategy? I've kind of taken some things out. I pretty much removed MACD. That thing was terrible. I removed RSI. I'll re-implement RSI when I start doing long-term trades again. But everything's pretty much still the same. Retired now, though. Nice. Well, hopefully you can spend more time here. Day trading is ultra competitive, not to mention you're playing against a losing system, like you are. You are. The one saving grace I'll tell you is that I am not a financial savant. For those new to me, I'm a pilot. I fly planes. The only finance related background I have is I have a degree in accounting and I worked about 3 months as a tax accountant and I hated my life. It was the worst 3 months of my life. I quit and decided I want to be a pilot and I went and be a pilot. So my point is anybody can do this. I am not a financial savant. Vibrant says, I'm thinking of majoring in accounting for college. That's something to stay away from. That's completely up to you. Completely up to you. I did accounting because I was very good at it. In high school, I took some accounting courses and I made 100 in it in the whole course. Like I did very well. I'm good with numbers. But I'm not a guy that's like, I am not a person that could sit in an office all day and look at sheets. It's just not me. It was terrible. I hated it. I hated every second of it. I hated it from my first day to the last day 3 months later. If you're that type of person, have at it. It's a great career field. It's very profitable. You can build a great salary. You can get a $60,000 a year salary straight out of college, and you can move up. But yeah. I'm a military pilot, not a commercial pilot. I come off as very confident. My wife says the same thing. I am a confident guy. But yes, it does, because you do need to, like, there is a part of things that when you have to realize you're playing probabilities. Your system, the goal of your system, you're never going to get 100% clear entry. You're never going to crystal ball entry. The goal of your system is to increase your probabilities of success, to find the highest probability of success. So once you master your system and you identify a high probability item, you need excuse me, you need to have the confidence to hit the enter button, to hit the buy button. Especially when you've got a Discord with 7,000 people and they're all taking calls and you want to buy puts. That's the hard part. Trying to have conviction against your position when it goes against the bigger grain. Salary is the drug they give you to kill your dreams. That is so right, dude. That is so right. This day and age, people are placated by a small salary, which is great. You need a salary to start your life, but people squash their dreams because they get comfortable. Comfort is success cancer. Comfort in your life is success cancer. I remember the day I decided to be a pilot. I'd never wanted to join the military. I never had an inkling about being a pilot. I was sitting in office. I just quit my job as an accountant because I hated it. And I went to work for Dell Computers. I was a salesman at Dell Computers and I was making good money. I think at the time I was 23, I was making $80,000 a year because I happened to be a dang good salesman. I was making 80 grand a year at 20 something years old at Dell selling computers after I quit being an accountant, but I still hated it because I didn't want to be a salesman. And I remember looking out the window one day and I just happened to be across the street from the Air Force Base, and I see all the fancy planes taking off. And I was like, man, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So I went down to the office and said, hey, the recruiting office, what do I need to do to fly that thing? Well, I said, well, they're not going to take people off the street. You got to get in here and prove yourself. So I enlisted as a contracting specialist. Best decision I ever made. Proved myself. After I proved myself for a few years, I applied to be a pilot, and they took me. And it's the best job in the world. I love it. Yes, I am, Steven. I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm 35 years old. The point is, you have to have guts. You have to have confidence. How many people, and not to toot my own horn, but how many people would have a cush job making 80 grand a year, completely upend their life and go join the military and go be a pilot because that's something they want to do? Especially, making 80 grand at 24 years old, 23 years old. Like, who would give that up? Anyway, back to trading. I know y'all aren't here to hear my Dr. Phil TED Talks. Y'all are here to hear about some trading. All right, Q's currently at the bottom of the trend here. VIX is there bouncing up and looks like they're rejecting the bottom of that. Let's take a look over here. Don't they say jet fighters are the cockiest people on the planet? You have to be, though. You have to be. You're flying a $50 million aircraft at 1,000 knots through the sky, carrying 6,000 pounds of ordnance. Like, you have to be confident. You have to know exactly what you're doing. And if you're not confident, you're going to second guess yourself. You have to be. I don't answer that question, Malcolm. I don't talk about my position size, my trading account size. I'm a CPA. The accounting life is all about stability and routine. The work is extremely repetitive. It can get boring, but the trade-off is you get a lot of stability. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I am not hating on accountants. I promise you. My sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my other sister-in-law, all accountants. They're great people. And they live fantastic lives. And they're making great money. But, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Martin says, I don't skip leg day. Of course I'm confident. I love leg day. It's my favorite day of the week. It's favorite day of the week. I've never flown an F-18, Andrew. That's normally a Navy plane. I've never flown one. This is your captain speaking. SPY is cruising at 434 altitude. Yes, I am, Jenny. Yes, I am. All right, I want puts here again. SPY is starting to round off. VIX wants to bounce again. Do you make plays in the live stream? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I made a play this morning. I can't say, Brent. I can't say. Did I have a private pilot before joining? I got it after I finished military flight school. I went and finished up my private on the civilian side. Dad was C-130 crew in Vietnam. It's how I ended up in Arkansas. Oh yeah, Arkansas is a big C-130 state. Nice, Brent. Well, thank you, Dad, for your service. I appreciate that. And Vietnam was man, that produced some hard people. Some hard people. Malcolm says, I've got 30 grand in my trading account. I worry about going below 25K. I generally don't take positions over 10K. Is that a good strategy? 10K outside of a 30K, that's a 33% position size. That's a little aggressive. I mean, I've taken 30% position sizes before, but that's as aggressive I get. I would recommend cutting that in half. Take 15% position sizes until you start building up a pad. So. I love the Dr. Phil tech tots. Margin can be a slippery slope for sure. Thanks, Brent. I appreciate that. Oh, I bet he's got some crazy stories for sure. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. All right, VIX is climbing again. SPY is falling back down again. It is almost fitness time for me. I pushed it back a little bit to spend another hour with y'all. Not in a position now. Nope, no position. No problem, Andrew. Thank you. That's awesome, Marvin. Man, that's awesome. Put Wi-Fi in my mom's village in the Philippines. That's incredible. Hey, I'm curious. What is that like? I'm always looking for philanthropies, dude. You know, all my philanthropies usually come in the Christmas time. Giving back to the church, giving back to the local community. I'm a big tither. I'm a big religious person. I'm getting my master's in religion right now. On top of doing all this trading, a little bit about me. I would like to know how much what that would cost. Another 7% off that put. Nice, Mohammed. Thanks, QQQ, for coming to my TED Talk. So VIX spiking, SPX is coming back down. Man, I was sitting there glabbing my gums. Could have taken another position. That's all right. That was a big gain for this morning. No comment, Philip. No comment. I don't get into politics on here. You remember what Michael Jordan said in the 80s? He says Republicans buy shoes too. So never want to involve politics. Yes, Mark. Absolutely. SEBS, Southeastern Baptist Seminary School. That's what I'm going to. I should have entered, not held. Should have entered. All right, let's look here. SPY, QQQ is sitting there bouncing off the top. SPY is right in the middle, coming down to the bottom. Eventually, we're going to break this side. We're not even making up to the top of the range now. Eventually, we're going to break this thing and come on down. Q is there. VIX is increasing. So, yeah. 12% off some puts there. Nice, Scott. Well done. Q still falling, SPY. All right, let me bring up some new puts here. Currently trading at 965. Man, those were down to $7 a piece at one point. God, that's what I get for late yapping my gums, you know? Nice, Infinite Bet. Well done. Yeah, great book. Great book. There's always another trade, Andrew. That's right. That's right. I hope we can get you that goal, Colin. I hope so, for sure. Yes, Nablik, that's a very good observation. If we're not reaching the top of the range and we keep testing this low, eventually it's not going to get bought up. Bam, bam, bam. It's not coming back up. Eventually, it's not going to get bought up. So be careful with that. I don't use the MACD anymore. To me, like it was so lagging, it didn't do it. It didn't work well with me. So All right. So SPX is coming down to the bottom here. VIX is still increasing. We'll see how this thing tests here, but I'm pretty close to signing off here. I got some things I got to do. And I will be back on tomorrow, though. So I'll be back on for tomorrow's live stream. Are there YouTube traders you would say are knowledgeable, know know what they're talking about? In the Money is a guy I've seen before, and I've watched his stuff, and he seems to be on the right track. He's not one of those dudes that tells a lot of lies. So he seems like a pretty good dude. I've never met him, never talked to him in the Money. He seems like a pretty good dude. His videos seem to be non-clickbaity, and he seems to tell the truth. So everybody else is too. Like, there's one Canadian group of guys. They have like 24,000 people watching, but they're so like freaking yelling and like, yeah, and I'm gonna make this. It's like, shut up, dude. So it's, I don't know, me personally, but yeah, he's good. Market open until 10:05 Eastern. 10:05 Eastern. Yep, I'm a one trade ticker. That's right, one ticker trader. That's right. SPY, sometimes QQQ, and SPX, which I SPY, SPX, same hand. Same thing. Whatever. All right, so SPY still following the downtrend here. Do I have my trade setup video? What do you mean? All right, good question. Good question. So morning ranges end at 10, 12:30. The afternoon ranges start forming at 12:30, or my time. So that's 1:30. What is that? Yeah. So 1:30 Eastern to 2:05 Eastern is the afternoon ranges. Once the afternoon ranges start forming, you completely disregard the morning ranges. They're not there anymore. And of course, if any videos you want to watch, obviously I just started my YouTube channel like 2 months ago, so I'm trying to build videos. But anything you want to see, let me know, and I'll create that content for sure. Chart setup indicators. I don't think I have a video on that. I do have a live stream I did back in May. I did on a Sunday afternoon. I did like a 30-minute live stream to set everything. I think I'll have to find that, or I'll just make a video. I'll just make a dedicated video to it. It's a good idea. Derek, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, stick around and let's learn a little something. Thank you very much for the support and for you being around and for chiming in. And I appreciate the support on Patreon, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hopefully I can develop a good product. So I won't be back this afternoon, Maverick. I will be back tomorrow morning, though. Trading Collective, the only brokerage I've used is E-Trade, so I can't really talk about anything else. I did open a Webull to trade a little bit of crypto back in the early spring of this year, early winter. I made a few trades, and that's it, but I haven't touched it since then. Webull is very pretty, like it's cosmetically like pleasing, but it's a dumpster fire to trade. Like, it was terrible, so I stuck with E-Trade. Not to mention you can't trade SPX on E-Trade on Webull. J. Michael, yeah, it's you have to be with any system, not just system, with any system, you need to learn it before you start trading it. Like, don't just jump in because I am. So, yeah, there is definitely a learning curve for anything. It's not going to come easy. Yeah, if you're serious about this trading, please don't use Robinhood. Please don't use Robinhood. Adani, what's up, buddy? Q's there, SPY is at the bottom of the range here. VIX is climb and standby. Let me open up my trade form just in case we need to take a trade. So this thing broke the bottom of the range here. Let's see how this thing responds. Yes, I use E-Trade, Lucky. I'm telling you, this thing is going to fill down to Friday's close. I'm telling you. It's going to fill down to Friday's close. It just feels like it. It just feels like it. Hey, Civ Tech. Yeah, buddy. I'm glad you got something out of it. Thanks for being here. VIX rejected that top level hard, dude. Hard. Why do I look at buying puts at the bottom of the range? Because I saw that breakdown. That's what I was watching. See, this is the morning range here. Once we pop through that, now I'm looking for follow on. If you get this pop down red, break the range, and then this candle, if this candle was red to the downside, I would take puts. You pop the downside as long as the volume's there. Like if this volume here was red and this candle was down, I'd be taking puts because that's going to keep on coming down. Obviously, it didn't happen. It was bought up, so obviously I'm not taking calls or puts there. So that means we might get a bounce or at least some sideways action there. That's right, Trading Collective. That's right. All right. What do I mean by that? Let's delete that. Okay. Friday's close. Right here. Or Friday's open. I'm sorry. Lows. I meant lows, not close. Right here. So we've already popped through everything. This, and this. We've popped lows on all the 3 days. The only thing left is Friday. Friday's lows right there. So you have some volume nodes to get through. You got this one here. You got this one here. But we're coming down. Man, that's immediately sold off again. Holy smokes. All right, so be careful here. VIX is jumping back up. Qs, this thing could die. This could be the death. This could be the knife to the heart here. So let's see. I don't hold overnight, Tony. I don't. Oversold, oversold. Taking you 12% and heading to work. Nicely done. 12%. I will take that any day of the week, Chief. Nicely done. Sorry, I didn't mean Chief. There's only one person in the server that I should call Chief. My bad. Sorry, Chief. For this put setup, I'm assuming you are waiting for VIX to break through the top of the morning range. That, and I'm waiting for a breakdown in SPY. This thing still is fluctuating right here. We're below the range, which is extremely bearish. Why am I on the 1 minute? That's a bunch of garbage. We're down to under the ADMA, and we need to see this thing fire off. The squeeze momentum's firing to the downside. I want to see some volume here on the sell side and see this thing get up. I'm a crew chief on Blackhawks. Nice. Nice. Well, I was close. I was close. Nice. Hey, man, crew chiefs make the world go round, man. So I appreciate what you do. Not a lot of people give too much respect to crew chiefs, but dude, you don't. Crew chiefs are what make the Air Force go. What makes, in your case, Army. So thank you for what you do. Oh, thanks, Andre. I appreciate that. Would I capture a consider a long-term put to capture that? No, because I'm not saying I'm 100% right. This market is extremely red, though. I will say that. XLF is starting to finally sell off. SPY is in the tank. And this is a good lesson because everyone's being very bullish the past week, which rightfully so. We've been crazy bullish, but the thought process, the mindset of I'm just going to buy calls and let it go up, and thoughtless, mindless calls, it works until it doesn't. And there's a time to think like that, and there's a time to stop thinking like that. And now is the time to stop thinking like that. So we're at the point now where every month we're at that 1 month, 30-day zone where SPY kind of dips down and resets for the buyers to come back in. Because we're at 437. We were 430, 438. And now's the time to reset, let sellers come back, let sellers take it down, let buyers come back in, hit 420, sub 420, then we'll come back up and then we'll hit 450. And this will keep happening until the printer shuts off. And then it's a whole new set of rules. Whole new set of rules. What did I say? I told y'all it can only bounce so many times before it tanks. Here we go. Let's see if this thing actually goes on down. All right, SPY is currently right on the bottom of this thing here. VIX is there. Are we going to get another oscillation up, or are we going to fire to the downside? We've been playing the range beautifully, dude, beautifully. Rejected it here, came down. All right, let's see where this thing goes. Thanks, PB. Appreciate you saying that. Yeah, that's the whole thing, is learn how to do this. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, if y'all could like the video and subscribe. If you are new to the channel, that helps me. It helps the analytics and helps me grow so I can continue to provide you all content. So yeah, I appreciate that, Arian. Thank you. Price action don't lie though. I'm brand new to options and have been seeking advice on good plays. Did I find the right stream? I think you did, Luis. I think you did. This is the most basic bottom level strategy you can do. And guess what? Go take a look at OM calls and puts and my profits and you tell me what you think. But yeah, this is as basic as it gets. I think so. I think so, Kai. I think so. My vote's on a dump right here. Yeah, I feel you. You know, doing only one contract to get small gains, but think relative. Don't think small versus me. Hold on a second. It's dumping. Hold on a second. I'm tired of missing plays. Hold on. This thing's falling. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the volume at? Not big volume there. I don't want to jump into this yet. The volume's still small. Not yet. You grab those 433s. Let's see it. Let's see a dump. I'm actually going to move this position here. Hold on. Because we're already almost in the money. I'm going to go 43.40s in the event that we dump. SPY, let's take a look here. We develop a, I want to get a put for the SPY people. I'm going to stick with the July 19th for them. And we're going to go 432s. All right, that's the updated watch list here. Let's see what's going on. So the July 16th 43.40s are currently trading at 1070 a piece. And this thing's legging down, baby. Yeah. Consecutive gains pays the bills. Yep. Or more so consistent. I wouldn't necessarily say consecutive, but consistent for sure. God, look at this thing dump. All right, big volume. Look at that big volume on the dump. Hold on here. What's the VIX doing? Go to the VIX still. All right, so VIX next is 1778. Qs are here. SPY is here. And I don't want my fear is this thing's going to get bought up. That's my fear. I don't want to FOMO into this position. Because SPY has plenty of volume on the 19th. SPX doesn't. They have no volume, so that's why I'm playing the 16th on the SPX. All right, I want to see where this thing goes. There's Q, there's SPY up. I agree, Trading Collective. I agree. I'm just waiting for something a little more concrete. So those puts that close at 950 are currently trading at 1560. That would have been that would have been like 130% gain. Holy smokes. I'll take my 37%. All right, so let's look under here. What are the supports at? We got 4301, which is blasted through. 4358, which we blasted through. And the next one is 4332, which is right here. They put a big old line. This is my support right there. And let's make this a different color. Let's make this, I don't know, pink. Volume at price nodes and pivots, be cool. The co-creator of Dogecoin says today that the cryptocurrency is a scam and always has been. Well, yeah, no duh. I'd rather miss out on making money than potentially lose money. You and me both, Trading Collective. You and me both. It wasn't bought up yet. It wasn't bought up yet. It's still falling. Couldn't comment on that. All right, now it's getting a little bought up. So all of tech is down 1% or more, except for Google. Oh, and Microsoft. All right. All right, y'all. I am going to hop off here. I got some things I got to do. My fitness is itching to get some things done. So y'all be diligent. I'll still be monitoring the Discord. I'll still be monitoring the market. Sometimes I've been even known to bring my laptop out to my gym. I've got a gym in my garage. That's where I work out, and I'll watch the market. So please, if you have any questions, DM me. Throw them in the any applicable channels and at me, and either I'll answer or somebody else will answer. We'll get you answered no matter what. If you have any questions, please throw them at me. Yeah, if you are new, please go over and join the Discord, obviously. Like and subscribe to this video so you can get further notifications for educational content and other live streams. Of course, thank you all so much for supporting the Patreon account. There's been so many people added today. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Your support allows me to do this full time. Thank you for doing the super chat as well. Y'all have been awesome, very, very generous. I appreciate you more than you know. The growth in this community has been incredible because we have something that works. It's not flashy. It's not sexy. It's not BS. It's not high energy. It's just simple. And that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. Simpler the better. So thank you much for the kind words and the comments. Thank you, Raider, Adrian, Kai, Arian, appreciate it. Mohammed, thank you very much. Luis, appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Market open, bright and early. Market open till 12 Eastern, unless we get something that goes on today. Hopefully we get another day. So thank you all very much. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good rest of the day. I appreciate everyone. Thanks.